podcast, a working man's DIY Brodown. This is lucky number 7, and today we're talking about video games, and that shit rules. My name's Aaron.
I'm Alex. Let's do my, video game thing. And
I'm Eddie.
Oh.
Together, we're Albus. And we're going to talk today about video games because we are all video game fans. And we're going to approach this as if we only got to play 3 video games for the rest of our lives. So we're going to pick 3 each. Feel free to leave your comments below. What 3 video games would you be all right playing for the rest of your God-given life? I think we're starting over here with Le Freak. Mr. Zeke, what you got for me?
All right. Number 1 on the list is not a popular opinion for those that play the Elder Scrolls games, whether it's Skyrim or Oblivion or whatever's going on now. But Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind is one of my top 3 because it is literally endless in what you can do.
What is the backstory to this? I have no idea. I've heard of the other 2. I can't say I've ever played or seen this game. So fill me in on Morrowind.
So you wake up on...
Morrowind, right?
Yeah, Morrowind. Yeah, the Elder Scrolls 3 was the first, 3D Elder Scrolls, because the other 2 were...
2D?
Yeah, old PC games. Like going through dungeons, do you go right or left? Oh, there's a Minotaur,
Oh no!
It was almost like original Wolfenstein before Wolfenstein 3D, but
Hello, Minotaur.
It was like Shadow.
No.
It was like Shadowgate.
Yeah, something like that, right? But anyways, and
So
this
totally
was
open world concept.
yeah, and it
It
came out
wasn't
in,
open world, was it, or was it just like? Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Some of those old role playing games are just like the screen is like, what do you want to do? Like Dragon Warrior or something like that.
Well,
Dude, I love Dragon War.
Well, I mean, you go to different maps though, but I know what you're saying. Yeah, but with this one, I mean, there is a continent, but it would take forever to walk across
So
it or
it's
whatever.
vast as fuck.
Yeah, and anyways, you wake up as a prisoner being released in Seda Neen, and you have a dream before the game begins, and it's pretty much alluding to the fact that you're the chosen one who's going to save Tamriel, the land that you.
Is there magic in this?
Yes, there's magic.
Fucking love magic.
Yeah, it's an incredible medieval fantasy game, and there's all different races: high elves, dark elves, Khajiit, which are cat people, Argonians,
I bet they can see
who
good
are
in the
lizard
night.
people. Yeah, exactly.
Just like Vin Diesel in Pitch Black.
And just like
That's true. He could.
and just like the Argonians, the reptile people, they can breathe underwater. So that's always my favorite one to play.
I always
and you can
referred to
customize
myself.
it, and yeah, it's endless. And it was the first. I mean, the graphics in it are really incredible for 2002 because you look up
What system?
because you can look.
Is this PC or is this? What's this on? What
this
platform?
this is PC. I think they came out with a version for Xbox.
Okay.
But it's nothing like playing it on the PC because obviously you can get better graphic cards and all that, but the music in it is incredible. The graphics for its time. I mean, looking up at the sky, all the details.
So if you had to pick a defining feature, would it be characters, storyline, graphics, music? If you had to pick one, what would it be? The thing that would suck the viewer here in.
See, I feel like it's the full package, which is why it's in my top 3 because I think, the storyline is deep and vast. You collect books and can read about all the lore that these people created. Imagine the hours spent on this game. Which brings
from a
me,
creative standpoint, I bet you they spent a shit fuck
It
time.
probably took 1 million people to make that game.
No, I mean,
1
seriously.
million.
Here, but seriously,
Dude, open world and gigantic storylines. First off, I can appreciate the amount of time that goes into it, but just think about the creativity to take and go oh, I'm going to be this character named Eddie, and I'm going to wake up in a forest, and I'm going to this, and then you expand on that to the nth degree, and next thing you know, you have a game that 100 hours later wraps up nice and neat. I mean, that's incredible. The creativity and the foresight I would love to create a game. I started writing a book.
I think you should start an Albus game.
Dude, I would love to. I started writing a book and a fantasy book, and the problem was, as you know, with me and my lyrics, I rewrite a lot. So it's like I literally wrote 3 pages and then rewrote the 3 pages for 3 months. And I was like, this is terrible. So I need to just write, and then rewrite at the end. But let's get to number 2. I digress.
Well, no, I mean, it's a
start
great segue.
digressing.
So, like, actually, I just found the stat that apparently, collectively, through all the people that put time into the game, 100 years to develop.
100 years.
It took
Because-
100 years to make
Because
that
if you
game?
combine everybody's time that they put into the game, it's
Okay.
like it equaled 100
We're
years.
not talking
So
linearly. Like
this
in
game-
1900, we came up with the idea. In
no,
the
no,
year
no.
2000,
That within like probably a decade, that's how many collective years were put into the game.
Gotcha. That
of,
makes
like,
a little more sense.
Of developing the game.
that makes sense.
And I know the next one has
Kind
a
of like
stat-
this band has 65 years of musical experience, but none of us are 65 years old. That's just the amount of time that we've all been playing in bands.
We got to start using those terms on social media.
We totally should. We've been at this for 65 years.
Change the bio.
Yeah. The oldest power trio in Chicagoland. Okay, let's get to number 2 then, Zeke. That's a good pick, and I am very intrigued by it.
And this is another game that had a lot of. It's probably equivalent.
Another PC game, yeah?
Another PC game, Baldur's Gate. Another medieval fantasy game.
So awesome.
But this uses like a lot of the lore from Forgotten Realms, like Jesus, Dritz Duorden, the dark elf with the 2 scimitars, and the panther that was a totem that he could summon.
Now, are these games that you can play without any prior knowledge? Like if somebody had never...
No, yeah, because I mean, like it begins like here's what's going on. Like it's another one of those games
So they
where
do
you're
a
like,
good game of laying out the plot.
yeah. I mean, like the thing about like Morrowind that you know it is so cool is it's first person, but you know whereas in Baldur's Gate it's third person, but you can find all these different people to join your party. It's based off of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's like the main thing I should have said.
Yeah,
It's
Dungeons and Dragons are the shit.
because like every little thing that happened, like a
It influences something else.
a computed D&D die is thrown and figured out or whatever. But I mean, obviously the better weapons and
I've played a
armor
Dungeons
and all that shit
Dragons
that-
game, I think, on like Xbox
Yeah.
360.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. I didn't
Yeah.
finish it, but I mean, it was real cool.
no, but I mean, like this one is like really true to Dungeons and Dragons, and it even, like I said, it includes some like familiar characters, and
So if you're a fan of Dungeons and Dragons, this is probably the game for you.
If you're a fan of medieval fantasy, period, like because there are dragons, there are wizards,
I'm a dragon.
there are vampires, werewolves, gnomes, dwarves, elves, everything,
Hell yes.
golems.
You know me, Game of Thrones, Lord of the Rings, Zelda, Harry Potter.
You like all that stuff?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my 2 favorite
Were those
things
on the
are-
other podcasts?
I am a WIT. That's wizard in training for the uninitiated.
Moving on.
Number 3.
All right, so number 3.
I know you deliberated on this because I've done the same. So what did you settle on, Mon Frere?
I settled on Chrono Cross,
Ooh,
which was put out for PlayStation.
excellent game,
The sequel to Chrono Trigger.
which I
For
played
Super
as well.
Nintendo.
Hell yes, one of the best.
Yeah, like hailed as arguably, well, I mean, definitely one of the best.
Yes.
On Super Nintendo.
Yep.
But I mean, there are a lot of awesome games on Super Nintendo.
Yes, I love Super Nintendo.
But like the thing about Chrono Cross is like with the graphics, it was like out in '99, which I think was around the same time that Final Fantasy VIII came out, which I love. You know,
Oh, yeah.
with
Oh, yeah.
Squall,
Squall
and-
Lionheart, baby.
and the thing about like
The
main,
Gunblade.
I mean, the main character from Chrono Cross, he's almost like a combination of like Squall and Cloud, though,
Oh, Cloud Strife and Squall.
which is
We got a Strife Cloud, a Cloud Strife, a Squall Heart.
What else do you like about your game, Alex?
A lion all. Well,
It's just it's one of the best RPGs ever made. I mean, like especially like
he's not joking.
when it comes to like early on like 3D RPGs.
Hell yes.
I mean the music is great.
They did have damn good soundtracks, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean like pretty much. I mean so many video games.
Some of the best
That's-
music out there.
I've never really played any of those games. I'm not really,
you'd like them now that you're
role-playing
older.
Dude, this is one that you would really like.
Yeah, now that you're
it's neat.
older,
I've
It's-
tried playing some, and it's just
I think you could sit back, throw on some tunes,
I
and
even
just
have
get
the-
immersed. Just turn your brain off and get immersed in the story.
I have an old like soft cover game walkthrough for it that I got at like Barnes and Noble when I was
I used to have a Nintendo Power subscription.
10 years old
that
or
was
something.
awesome.
Oh, Nintendo
I used
Power,
to have
me
a
too,
Game
yeah.
Informer.
oh
Yeah,
yes.
Game Informer and
I had
Nintendo
that
Power.
too.
From
But Nintendo Power
Funko
went
Land.
away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Funko Land.
It was
All
yeah.
right,
Funko Land
well,
when I had it.
Yeah.
I,
Because like, oh, you want a subscription to yeah.
being a
Okay,
gigantic fantasy nerd, I love and applaud that you picked all those types of games, and two of them because I was never a PC player. I love that two of those I knew nothing about. So that is
A
fantastic.
lot of awesome PC games out there.
Yeah.
So Aaron, hit us, baby. Because didn't Eddie go first last time?
Probably.
I think Aaron went, but
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Would you
Eddie.
like to go next, Eddie? I will leave it up to you.
I'm not ready.
Okay, I'll go.
Eddie, not ready.
Oh, I see what you did. You rhymed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
At my expense.
Dude.
That's true. All right. Number one, without a doubt, my favorite game, probably of all time. Storyline. Ooh, okay, I'll get into it. Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I am a ridiculous
What system is that?
Wii U and Switch.
Okay.
I'm a ridiculous Zelda fan. I have the Triforce tattooed on me. I have the 8-bit hearts here. I have 2 Zelda bathrobes. I have many Zelda t-shirts, and I have a leather-bound book that I write lyrics in.
Have you done it? Have you done any Zelda cosplay?
No, because I could never find anybody to dress up as Zelda. Otherwise,
You can dress up
would've.
as Link, dude.
I'm going to dress up as Zelda. You be Link. How about that?
Really?
Hell yeah, that would rule.
I love that.
I bought my son when he was 2 years old the Master Sword and the Shield, and to this day he rocks them. And him and I play Twilight Princess, which I love the storyline of that game probably more than
Is that
Breath
the
of the
same
Wild.
system?
That was on Wii.
Okay.
Twilight Princess and Skyward Sword were on Wii. Both are spectacular games. The Wii is amazing. But
I think-
Breath of the Wild was the first open world, open concept. You didn't have to go Dungeon 1, Dungeon 2, Dungeon 3, Dungeon 4. There is no order.
Mm.
If you can go straight to the castle and kill Ganon without accumulating X, Y, and Z, fucking good on you, brah. Go for it. The game is so vast that I think I beat it, and in terms of total quest achieved, I'm at like 37%.
Hmm.
I mean, it's unreal.
yeah.
And like, this was the first game where it's like you can cut down trees, you can light shit on fire. If you're carrying a torch through like tall fucking grass and the wind blows, you just lit that fucking field on fire. You can cook your own food. You can climb up the side of things, and there's like a meter to tell you when you're too tired and you're gonna fucking drop. If it's raining, you can't climb up shit because it's slippery. Like it's like real life if real life was being Link in Hyrule.
Is it adult Link or young Link?
It is adult Link that has
Badass.
been. It is adult Link that has been asleep for 100 years. So the basic premise is because he's the hero of time. That's the thing is throughout all these games.
The last time I played a Zelda was on Nintendo 64. So whatever the fuck. that one
Ocarina
was?
in Time or
Ocarina of
Majora's
Time.
Mask. One of the two.
Ocarina of Time.
Probably
dude. That's
Ocarina.
What was the first one?
Ocarina of Time.
I think that's the one I
Yeah,
played.
unbelievable.
But it was like really
Unbelievable
fucking
game.
cool.
Amazing.
But that's
Unbelievable.
like I never really played like
Oh.
Nintendo 64.
That should
but I
be-
played that game. I thought
That
it
would
was
have
really
been.
cool.
That's going to be in my honorables. All the Zeldas.
I mean, that
are
should
in
be
my
like our
honorables.
collective honorable.
Well, he's
I mean,
never really played it. He said.
No, but he even admitted how amazing it is.
Yeah,
I
I
mean, there's
played
no
Zelda. I
denying
played
it.
Zelda 1. I played Zelda 2. I played the Super Nintendo.
That's
Zelda.
amazing. Link to the Past.
Yeah.
I played
Get the
and then
sprint
that
boots.
N64 one.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
if you've
It's
ever played
holy.
an obscure game that's like Zelda, it's called Willow for Nintendo.
I will get on that. Great movie too. So in Breath of the Wild, basic premise is they had built up technology, which is why I love it. It's basically like fantasy meets technology. So back in the day, they had conquered Ganon, sealed him off and shit. So now to protect their realm, they've built these 3 massive like animals with the spirit force and the attributes of like that area. So the Zoras are the water people. They have an elephant that can shoot water out of its trunk.
The Gorgons.
Yep, exactly. The Gorons with the
Gorons, damn
yeah,
it.
Gorons with the
Is that from Small Soldier?
Gorgon is
Small
from something. Gorgon
Gorgons.
might be from
Small Soldiers, right? The Gorgons.
could be. I kept thinking of the show in Hawkins, whatever that is. Stranger Things.
Ah.
But that's is that the Gorgon? Shit, it's something with a G.
I don't know.
But anyways.
My bad.
So the second animal is like a lizard because the Gorons are up on the fiery fucking place and lizards. And then the people in the desert have a camel that can shoot lightning and shit. Well, what happened is there was a big battle. Ganon and this like basically like this black matter infested each one of those animals, and they each had like a champion that drove the animal. The champion stayed in there and tried to fight off the evil, but they got trapped in there. So they've been dead for years and their spirit's stuck in each one of the animals, and each one of those animals is still evil. Well, Zelda and Link went to fight Ganon. Link got hurt. Zelda basically used her magical power to freeze her and Ganon inside the castle for 100 years while Link got taken back to like a healing pool and rested for 100 years. And he has now woken up and he doesn't remember anything. All he knows is it's like this world is kind of destroyed, very kind of like dystopian Hyrule. And he has to put the pieces together and get his memory back. Like,
Ganon?
no, Link does.
Okay.
Ganon's kind of stuck in a battle, like frozen in the castle with Zelda. And he like goes to the Zoras and he has to like rid the evil stuff out of that elephant so that the spirit of the Zora girl can be free. And he has to go and free the spirit of the champion that was stuck in the air and the lizard. And it's incredible. And once he frees them, they all shoot like a laser towards the castle, and then you can enter the castle and fight Ganon and join Zelda in the fight against him to finally send him back.
I have a Wii U and I haven't played it for like
Oh,
I don't know.
I have
50
years.
I have Breath of the Wild for Wii U.
Is that what it's for?
It's on Wii U and Switch.
Okay.
It was supposed to be on Wii
Maybe
U.
I'll play it. I haven't played it.
It was supposed to be on
game on
Wii U.
Nintendo
Took
in a
so
while.
goddamn long to come out that they had come out with the Switch. People like me signed a petition. I
Oh.
signed a petition. Like
You sons of bitches.
exactly. I bought the Wii U because this was supposed to come out. It took like 2 years longer than it should have because it was like the open concept game.
Oh shit, like
Yeah, dude,
fucking Cyberpunk.
Dude, they went to the nth fucking degree. Just so good. So they put it out on Wii U when they released it on Switch. I played it on Wii U. Now the second one's going to come out. I will buy a Switch so that I can play it. I basically buy whatever system the next Zelda game's coming on. That's how my systems have rolled since like PlayStation 1. So, game number 2. Zelda Breath of the Wild number 1. Number 2, which everybody that has played PlayStation and loves RPGs will know, Final Fantasy VII, which they just remastered, and I think it came out on PlayStation 5. Is that what they're on now? 5?
One of those.
It looks amazing. The game was always incredible, but this was still back in the like polygonal era. So like
Virtual Fighter.
well, yeah, exactly. Cloud kind of has block hands and like triangle wrists, but now it looks like a goddamn movie come to life.
I hope this is not Chris's blood.
Exactly. Whatever that means.
No, but there were
Resident
still
Evil.
some scenes from Final Fantasy VII
they had the CV
that were like,
cuts.
where it's like, wow.
Yeah,
like,
they had the CV cuts that were
Yeah.
amazing. But now the whole game's like that.
yeah.
So now it's like playing a fucking movie. So Barrett, who always had that gun for an arm,
Yeah.
now he is always gun for an arm, but doesn't look like a bunch of blocks that are painted to look like a gun. Now he looks like he has a gun for an arm.
That's awesome.
So the reason I chose Final 7, because I mean, I love Final 3 on Super Nintendo. I love Final 8. I love Final 9. the reason I chose 7, and I told you this at work, name another game where you would have forgiven the bad guy if he joined your side. Like Final Fantasy 3 on Super Nintendo. Kefka, that son of a bitch poisoned an entire village. I don't care if he'd have saved the world, I'd have still stabbed him in the eyeball. But in Final 7, Sephiroth was such a badass. And dropped down, he's got this long silver hair and the long skinny sword, contrast of fucking Cloud sword. And it was just like, dude, join Cloud. Fight against the machine, you know, the government that's taking over. Like, let's do this. And that was just the first game where it's like, I completely would have forgiven all of your atrocities if you joined me. So it's the first game where the bad guy was so fucking cool, I wanted him on my side.
That is true about that game.
I mean, Sephiroth.
You wanted to be a bad guy.
I wanted the bad guy to be good.
Oh,
I mean, Sephiroth's the shit, isn't he?
He is.
I don't know who that is.
He
true.
speaks my language. I love this guy.
Hey.
So, number 3, stepping out of my RPG realm, but equally as important in all of the adventure video game RPG to be world for me, Mario World, Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo.
Entertainment system.
Correct. I could have chosen
SNES.
I could have chosen a
SNES.
bunch of
SNES.
Mario games. I loved Galaxy 1 and 2.
SNES.
I love 64. I loved Yoshi, the one with, was it
Yoshi.
Yoshi's Island? Where he like poops out the eggs and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can shoot him at stuff. Amazing. It was on Super Nintendo.
I didn't play that one.
Oh, it was
I
incredible.
played Super Mario World though. That was.
But
a
Super
fucking
Mario
cool game.
World, I mean, I loved Mario 1, 2, and 3. But to go from like getting the feather and getting the raccoon tail to fly to all of a sudden getting that cape and being able to do the spins and like
Yeah.
bellow up and down. I mean, Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo was just perfection. I mean, at the time, there was nothing like it,
Yeah.
where you would go into a level, out to a wider map, even though you had to stay on the path and go to the dots that were the levels.
And to be able to ride Yoshis.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and that was the first
Yeah,
Yoshi expedition. I mean, so that's it for me. Zelda. I mean, you just summed up my video game life. Zelda, Final Fantasy, Mario. Boom. Your turn.
Go.
Who, me?
You.
Jesus Christ! Hold on. I
dog.
didn't. You didn't tell me. I didn't even log in.
Oh.
While Eddie's logging in, please like, subscribe, click the notification bell below, leave a comment. Boop. We tend to write back and forth. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your effort. We appreciate you, God damn it. So please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and leave a comment. Did that adequately cover the time needed for you to come up with numero uno, dos, and tres?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Eddie can too, ladies and gentlemen. Number 1, what you got?
My game is BioShock.
Ah.
Have you guys heard
I
of
don't know
BioShock?
it.
Oh my god.
System
I
and
watched a lot
basics.
of people play. It looks really cool.
I feel like anybody that has never played this video game is missing out.
System and
I'm
plot.
missing out on video games that are like really good and really easy to play and very good story. Came out on Xbox 360 in 2007.
Ooh, I did not own an Xbox
2007. Oh,
360.
girl.
Yeah, I did. And anyways, this game, your airplane crashes in the ocean.
That's like a nightmare
You
of mine.
swim up to like, you just swim up, and the graphics are really cool looking. Like you just swim up to this thing, and this thing opens up like this. I don't know, like this building. It's just like a building in the ocean.
That's fucking trippy.
And you go into it, and you go into this sphere, and you go down, and there's this whole like city. It was created by this guy in the 40s to be a utopia, and then they had like this stuff called Atom that they made from, I guess, sea slugs or something like that.
Okay.
And it gave you abilities.
Hell yeah.
Like
Abilities rule.
abilities to like freeze things, shoot fire, shoot bees, telekinesis.
Whoa.
Probably like hack stuff, like machines, like whatever the machines were back in the 1960s. Or I mean, they built it in the 40s, but it takes place in like the 60s. And anyways, you get in there, and it's like really cool art, fucking deco. Everybody's got like a little bit of a weird, like old timey.
Is this
talk.
first person, or do you actually see
First
the character?
person.
Okay.
And it was like everything is all messed up because of these plasmids.
Is that the machines? Is that what they're called? Plasmids?
No, plasmids. You get a hypo of plasmid, and it like this is the fire plasmid. I think that's the first one you get. That or electricity. I think it's electricity. You get it, and then you're able to shoot electricity.
Hell yeah.
And depending on, you can shoot machines and you can mess them up or just break them, or you can just electrocute people. And it takes that atom, so you get, your atom runs out, you got to get more atom. But I guess this atom like really fucked these people up, because when you're down there, everybody's just like crackheads.
They're like tweaked out.
Yeah. And,
withdrawn like sons of bitches.
And there's this guy on the radio who's like guiding you through it.
Who's this guy on the radio, and why is he guiding me?
The guy on the radio, I can't remember what his fucking name is. Hold
Dick
on,
Peppercorn?
It was something like Dick.
I knew it.
Never
trust that Dick.
Well, anyways, I can't remember. I think his name, from my memory, I can't remember. It's something. Anyways,
okay.
The name of the guy is something. I don't know if it's Fontaine. It might be Fontaine.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'll spoil it for you because I don't know if you'll ever play it.
I don't own a 360 and I don't plan on
I saw a bunch of buddies play it and it looked awesome. I mean, like visually stunning.
But when you're first playing through it, you don't know anything about this game. This guy's helping you on the radio. All right, don't worry. Like, I've got my family and you got to come and help me. And, just go through this room, and everything's so old timey. It's like,
spoiler
there's
alert, he's a fucking liar.
Everything's a projector. Everything is old timey. And then there's also big daddies where you get a lot of atom from. And they're these like big old like guys that are in swimsuits, almost like the big old timey looking swimsuit, but then they have like
drill hand
and they protect these little girls. I don't know why they produce the atom. I don't know if they have like the sea slug in them or whatever the hell. So they protect them. And if you want to get like a lot of atom and get like a lot of shit, you got to beat this fucking big daddy. And they're not easy. So you have to figure out, you can electrocute them and then you can shoot it with like the rocket launcher or like hack something and have it help, do whatever.
So spoil it. You get all these abilities. What is the point of getting the abilities?
It just helps you get farther and farther into the game. You can help these little whatever they're called.
The girls?
Yeah, little girls.
Are they called orphans in the game?
They might be.
I forget.
I don't know if I have that on my notes.
Kind of fucked up. You got little girls being protected by
big daddies.
Yeah, because they produce the atom.
Yeah, they're valuable.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
That was a good burp.
So, anyways, when you beat the big daddy and you have that little girl that's right there, you can choose to save them and not take as much atom, or kill them and take all the atom.
Oh, that's fucking
and that determines the outcome of the.
So your actions
very ends of the story. Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's one of those.
So it's got that. This guy's helping you on the radio. Oh, hey, go do this.
I don't trust Dick Peppercorn.
It's got to be Fontaine, or Fontaine is who he really is. It's like one of those, like, or he's like, just
he's a fucking
Joe,
liar.
But he's like actually this Fontaine, this gangster who took over Rapture. But you don't know that the whole time. Like, you're just like, oh my God, you're helping me.
So you find it out at the end though?
No, you find it out halfway through the fucking game, and you've got to go and fucking fight him. You're like, you have to get out of there because this place is fucking caving in. It's
under the ocean.
Oh yeah, it's kind of fucked up. I didn't think
about
that.
So like, there's like stuff
Physics.
leaking. Yeah, and it's like this whole underwater.
Yeah. Don't let people fool you with things like facts and figures.
It's a really cool game. The first one, I think, is the best one. It's got the best controls. You can telekinesis shit, throw it at people or whatever. Just throw junk, and it's like a really easy to use telekinesis.
Anything like Darth Vader, I'm down with, and that sounds like Darth Vader, and that rules.
Yeah. So yeah, all the plasmids, all great controls, great story, Art Deco.
So what do you got then for number 2? Because this game sounds bad as hell.
Number 2.
Going to be on par with that because that was fantastic.
This game came out the very next year, made by Electronic Arts. I don't know if you guys like space.
I love space.
Do you like horror?
As long as it doesn't scare me. Like that people have, the hills have no eyes, that scares the shit out of me. I don't like it.
It's a good movie.
Scares shit out of me. Fuck that.
Anyways.
Weird little fucking nuclear bomb people.
It's a space survival
horror.
It's a space survival horror, Dead Space.
It's called Dead Space?
I have heard good things about that.
What system is this on?
It came out on 360. I think it came out on everything except for Nintendo. But yeah, it's a video game. You're an engineer named Isaac Clarke. You're on this ship. What do my notes say? It takes place in like 2500.
Oh, so it's in the future. Okay.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah,
gotcha.
futuristic.
Well, it makes sense. Space.
Futuristic. It
Space-based.
looks.
Makes sense.
It's like it's futuristic, but it's like not super futuristic looking. But it is futuristic looking.
Okay.
You're an engineer. You're on this ship. There's a religion that's going on. And they have like this. Okay, so your ship is a planet cracker. Everybody's out in space, and you're getting resources. You're mining from planets, doing whatever. You know, they got to do that because it's 2500. Like it's the resources at home. They got to find more resources, and everybody's in space. So they get to this ship, and there's like this thing called the marker, and it's and the different religion that they have called, I think it's unitology or something like that.
Sure.
And they're using this marker, and it like, I don't know, twists everybody's body or something like that. It's like really weird fucking shit. Like
This
you
is
know,
horror based. Yeah.
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 Like they have like the fucking knives coming out of their
Mm.
arms, and their bodies are all
Like
like messed up, like really
Baraka.
gross look. Yeah, really gross looking, like messed up human shit. And it like progressively gets crazier, and you're just you're going through this, and you have to figure out, you know, what's going on. Your team lands on the ship. They're like, where is everybody?
I could only play this game if I had a nightlight.
Dude, it's really good. The first one's really awesome. Just like the last game of my series. The first one of this series is really cool. It's like Resident Evil. You don't have weapons. You have to just use your plasma cutter because you're an engineer. And then you have like another longer blade one. Or you can get like some sort of machine gun, which I think is just a regular weapon. It might not even be a machine gun. It might be like a nail gun. And you can upgrade these weapons.
It shoots them with Laffy Taffies and they stop to eat and then you run away.
And this thing, this marker, you know, he's getting closer and closer to it. And it's like making him hallucinate. And he's talking to his girlfriend like on video, you know, because he's on space. So he's
Yeah.
And like eventually you figure out that she's like dead, and like she's
What the
she's
fuck?
kind of trying to like manipulate you. She's like, make sure you do whatever, blah, blah, like, you know, what, like it's really weird, and you're like, what the fuck is going
This
on?
game
And you know,
scares me. I don't like this game.
it's really fucking cool. Like you're just walking down hallways, lights are out. These monsters like
Not in my
sometimes,
house. I'll be turning our fucking lights on with this game.
so you'll be
I
walking.
remember like Resident Evil 2 scaring the shit out of me.
Fuck yeah.
Resident Evil 2 was cool, but those graphics were
Oh yeah, no yeah,
Pretty harsh.
no yeah,
yeah.
but the gameplay is great. But like,
But you know, Dead Space is just
like the
like it's
graphics
just,
are like it's like real life, isn't it?
Dead Space is like Resident Evil done right. Like
Yeah.
as far as like scaring you, you're in zero gravity, so sometimes you're fighting shit and you're like just
Oh, that's fun.
like doing all and outside in space, and it like
no fucking thank
then you can't then you
Not for
can't hear
this guy.
anything. Then you
Scares the
can't hear
shit out of
anything
me.
when like part of the ship is blown out, and you're just like it's just like. And you hear something like hit you or like you gotta turn
Bring me
around.
some good old fashioned Harry Potter. Nope.
Oh, come on, teach their own.
You're scaring
This is,
me.
this is Eddie's moment.
I don't like being
I like
scared.
Aaron's games are like little kid games. These are like big people games.
It's just fucking
Scary games.
This is like Saw come to life. I don't like Saw either.
Not for little peepees.
Yeah, I hate that shit. I don't like Saw either.
I don't like gore.
But that first Saw was really fucking good.
Well, the concept
I
was,
hate gore. I do.
I hate gore.
Yeah, I don't really.
I like suspense.
I don't like scary movies in general because they're never scary.
I like ones that really are scary though, that can be suspenseful.
The ones
I
that
mean,
fuck
I like
me up
Nightmare
are
on
the
Elm
ones
Street
where
Part
I
1
start thinking, what if?
and 3.
You know, what if that
Not
was me?
through.
You know, like where your options are, this fucking sucks or this fucking
Dude,
sucks.
this game you just
Ugh,
gotta
hate those.
turn off all the fucking lights and turn the sound up. And like sometimes you'll be like walking up and you'll see like it'll be a corridor and you'll see like this fucking thing walking, but it's like
Yeah,
Fucking real fast.
bet yourself I'd do the opposit. Mute that bitch, turn the lights on.
Nope.
What's game number
So,
3 before you give me nightmares? Fucking terrifying.
I wasn't
me.
finished with that game.
There's more?
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
I already said it's violent. Lots of it's a great third-person shooter in the vein of Resident Evil. Very violent and gory. Lots of stomping and deformed human monsters.
yeah,
Anti-gravity fighting
that fucks me
and
up.
great controls, like really good controls, easy to play,
I like that part.
and awesome puzzles and missions. You got to go here, turn on the anti-gravity, like everything falls down, and then when it comes back on, you like fly back up, and you can go through the whatever. And then just crazy monsters. Like sometimes I know there's one you're fighting an anti-gravity and it's like from above. So you're just like floating and you got to get to it. And it's a really cool like point of view as far as like a game, not only just walking this way, but you're also walking that way. Or
I'd like this
flying that
game
way.
if it was PG-13.
I'm sure you can take the violence down, baby.
I wish.
Baby Aaron. Hey, what's your favorite movie, boss baby?
No, but that movie was funny as shit.
I haven't watched it yet, but I
It
heard
was
good
really
things.
funny.
He likes it because he's a baby.
I am a baby. Number 3.
Number 3 is Doom Eternal, which came out March 2020. So it's like,
Oh, the newest Doom?
yeah.
Oh,
I bet
I
it-
didn't know there was a new one. That's cool.
I remember
Yeah.
when like the first like really pimped out what do they call it? Like Doom 3D or something like that? Like the first really like good graphic one.
I mean, I remember
it
Quake.
was on like Xbox or something like that.
I remember Quake, and then like
I mean,
kind of Doom. I don't know if Doom was before.
Yeah,
or
Doom was before
after.
Quake.
As far as like the way Quake was, where it's like, oh
Oh,
man,
Quake 3D?
yeah, I think
Dude,
so. I
Quake
played it.
3. Yeah, Quake 3
Quake 3,
was,
yeah.
oh my God.
I remember playing that shit like on the computer, but this is
So,
like fucking 20 years ago.
This game, you said
time ago.
2020 it came out? Like
March 2020.
Like we're talking this is
Hours started getting cut at
This
work,
is-
and I don't
this
play
is
video.
a Corona game.
Yeah, I don't play games a lot like I used to. I used to play.
I don't either.
You know, BioShock 1, I beat it in probably 16 hours. BioShock 2, I think I beat it in 8 hours of straight playing.
Sweethearts.
So, the Doom Eternal game came out. I'm like, this looks pretty cool, and I'm like, my hours are cut. Like, I need to play a game just so I'm like, fucking got something to do. So I bought this game, and holy shit, if this game wasn't really
what
fucking
system is
cool,
this?
Xbox One.
Okay.
So it's just like regular Doom. You're called the Doom guy, I guess. You're just a Doom guy. Hell is like coming through Earth or coming. It's like breaking
Not that
through
far
and killing.
fetched. Not that
it's-
far fetched.
And you're the Doom guy who like stopped him before or whatever. I'm not like super keen on like the story, but it's. I mean, you're in your
No, yeah.
ship. You're in your ship. You get beamed down to wherever you find like you can unlock different things on your ship to get like enhance your abilities. But the gameplay is so awesome. It's really easy. They show you what to do. You know, you progress and learn like the different ways to kill
Yeah,
the
you get
monsters
different
and stuff.
abilities and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can like swing from shit. It's almost like a Super Metroid, I think. Or no, what was the one Metroid where it's like first person a little bit?
Super Metroid.
Is it Super Metroid?
I'm almost positive.
Your
Yeah.
first person? Like
Yeah, I thought
BioShock.
so.
Not like Resident Evil.
Yeah, what was that on? Like, was that on the first Wii?
I think-
or-
No, I'm picturing.
I'm thinking
60s.
I'm thinking Wii maybe.
Yeah, 'cause I remember
in
a
Wii where you see a
Metroid-
Metroid?
Yeah,
it's
maybe
like
it
you're-
was. Maybe it
You
was.
can't
okay.
see your person.
Metroid skipped a generation. It was never on the 64, I don't think.
I
Yeah,
don't
no, it
think
was
so.
on Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Then it skipped 64 and it went to that. the
Yeah,
Wii.
yeah. But yeah, it's a really fun game. Like
It
I would
had
play it again.
But I know what you're talking about. It's like Metroid something Alpha or something like
It's-
that.
Or
Yeah.
Prime?
Yeah, Prime.
Yep. Not Alpha.
Amazon
Prime.
Prime.
Hey, Jeff Bezos, besides sucking my dick, how about you give us some money, you prick? Okay, continue. I don't like Jeff Bezos.
Who does?
Not his
Um,
ex-wife. Hey-oh.
Hey, must
Hey.
be the honey.
Yeah.
So yeah, the game is really. It doesn't get boring. It gets a little hard. You fight some cool looking, not monsters that look like that, but maybe monsters that look like that. The shitty drawing I did.
I love that drawing.
And you just upgrade your guns. You fight like a bigger hell monster or whatever. You get beamed to wherever the shit. I don't know. It's really fun. You can play it again, and you want to get like all the stupid little, what are they called?
Side
Like
quests
achievements
and stuff. Achievements. Yeah.
Yeah, side quests. Like I don't know,
For
kill
sure.
whatever. So is that my
I
three
think,
games?
Yeah, I think my favorite thing about doing the video game thing is like we all play a bunch of different games, but you get an idea what games we gravitate towards. You know, you and I are much more on the fantasy RPG side things.
Yeah, medieval
goes-
fantasy, but like I love
But
space
I was
fantasy
gonna say,
games.
but I'll still play like the shooter, first person.
Yeah, I like I
Survival.
like a story. I like a puzzle, and I like to be able to like be challenged on like
yeah.
Oh yeah,
my-
Survivals type
but
stuff.
survival
but I just feel like
horror.
like a lot of the best like storylines and just worlds to be in are like medieval fantasy, you know, with like dragons and shit like that, or sci-fi shit like.
I'd like to say for an honorable
And that includes zombies, because I mean, yeah, come on.
an
Honorable
honorable
mention,
an
that's
honorable mention. The Evil Within. I don't know if I think 2 is the one I was playing. I think the first one was pretty cool. The controls might have been a little weird, and the graphics were a little weird. But there's like this machine, and you have to go into it, and it's all like mind based, but it's like a mind based
Give us a
like,
couple more honorable mentions while
thriller
you're there.
like
Yeah.
thriller, crime drama, or whatever.
Yeah. So, like we said, these are the 3 games that we're choosing that if we could only play these games forever, we're totally good with that. So these are our 3. We're good with that, right? Everyone's got their 3.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'll pick some games where if you said like, fuck you, you don't get to play that game, but you can have this game, we'd still be cool with it. So give me some more.
Huh. I gotta think. I've played a lot of games. I can go to. Shoot, you might have to give me a second.
Well, I'll jump in right quick.
Okay.
Anything Zelda, anything Mario, anything Final Fantasy. And then if we want to go like anything Donkey Kong was awesome. Tetris.
Oh yeah, I love Tetris. I
Oh,
play it, but
yeah,
I,
so we're
I,
good.
hooked my Nintendo to my
Hell
projector.
yeah.
It's
Hell
so
yeah.
awesome.
I mean, Dr. Mario in the same vein. Dr. Mario,
Yeah.
I can play forever. I mean, there's a lot. Basically, I think most games that were on Super Nintendo and Nintendo,
I
I
liked
can-
a lot of Sega games too.
and Sega. Yeah, I was gonna say Sega. I could play to go off 16-bit, but off the beaten path. I could play Bonk's Adventure, the first one.
Turbo Graphics.
I have a Turbo still. TurboGrafx 16, man, what a goddamn great
Dude,
system.
Legendary Acts 1 and 2
Oh, so
are
good.
really fucking good games.
So goddamn good. So good. Now, Zeke, since you're normally our honorable mention chaperone, if you will, why don't you take us on a field trip and let us know what you've got in the honorable mention pool?
Well, I mean, like, we've already mentioned, like, you know, Super Mario Brother. I mean, all the Mario games.
Yep.
I'd probably have to say, like, outside of Super Mario World, which you mentioned, like Super Mario 64.
Such a good game.
I've never
And-
played it, but I've had that.
Oh,
let's
yeah.
go. It's a me, your Mario. Wahooey! Well done.
So good.
Was that the game?
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, that's like the music
It
and
sounded
like
familiar.
You can stretch his
first
nose
level.
when you're waiting at the very beginning. So cool.
it's I mean, it's another one of those games where they put a lot of time into it.
I
and
used to
it's-
work at McDonald's,
Dude.
and that was when they had the Nintendo 64s
Oh,
in there. So
so
those
good.
sound like
You
familiar.
can do
I
the
think maybe
backflip.
they
You
had,
can do
like,
the
one of
wall
those games.
kick. You get the hat to fly.
in McDonald's.
Maybe
Yeah.
they had
Yeah,
like
they did. You're right.
they
How
had the
badass
tennis.
is the hat to fly in that game?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
the flying hat.
Yeah. With the wings?
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Yeah, okay.
Okay, and
Chaperone us
then,
on.
well, and then like another one though that like I played a lot growing up was Super Mario Brothers 3 because all the secrets,
Oh,
especially
Dude,
the
there was like $100 when I came out.
Dude, weird
especially the whistles, like, you know.
weird side story for that. Do you remember the movie The Wizard? The
Wizard.
The Wizard.
The Wizard. Oh,
Yeah.
like the power glove.
I didn't enunciate
I love
my
the
D.
power. What does he
But-
say? I love the power glove or
But
something.
do you remember that movie?
Isn't that with the kid
I know
from
that's where they
Wonder
did
My
it.
Years?
aunt
That's where
worked
they
at the
debuted it.
Sears Tower and was friends with the people that did the casting for that, and I had a tryout for that movie to be the little kid.
Oh no.
Yeah, wasn't it Fred Savage?
I think so, yeah.
No, the
No, not the main
No, the
character.
little
No,
kid
it was just some
that
kid.
played the video game.
I
I don't think Fred Savage played the game, right? It was
No.
like some.
I was / still am fucking incredible at Mario 3. I can beat the game without dying. Like I know where all 3 whistles are, but I can get the 2 in the first world.
At one time, I think I did, but I, don't
I can get the
remember.
2 in the first world. One is in the first little mini castle, and the other
And
one
then the
is
other one's
in
in the pyramid world.
well, that's in World 2. But you can get 2 in the first world and go straight to
Right.
World 8. 1-3.
I think I could probably.
1-3, you duck behind the white shit, fall behind the scenes, and run behind the scenes.
Yeah, right.
And then the other one's in the mini castle. You fly up on top of the
Right.
thing. So once you get both whistles, you can go straight to World 8.
You can't go straight to World 8.
Yes, you can. You have 2 whistles.
Just like in Mario 1 where you can go straight to
Oh,
World
well, I mean,
8.
you have to beat the first world though, don't you?
No, you don't. Whistle 1 takes you to the second column of levels because they have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then the second whistle puts you to 8. Literally,
Third
I play
whistle?
this. No, you only need 2 whistles to get to 8.
Oh no, I guess you're right.
I play this game literally every week with my
Well,
son.
I've
So
not
trust
played it.
It's been a while since I played.
Yeah,
it.
I do. I live it. I've got my son hooked. He's got. I mean, kid's
But I
6
mean,
years old.
like, there's no fun in that though because all the worlds are
No,
cool.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know, one of my favorite worlds is World 5. It's the one after Giant Big World because you get like because
So,
because
Giant
you get,
Big World's 4. Yeah, 2 is desert. 3 is
or is it 5 or 6 where it's like some weird like spiral castle thing to the sky?
That's 5, and then 6 goes up into the sky.
No, so like
7 is the ice world.
but
8 is the dark
5
world.
like there's like the little like teddy bear suit that you can jump on. spikes.
Kanuki.
Tanuki.
Yeah.
Tanuki. Okay.
Yeah.
And how badass is it? There's one of those levels where you can knock the guy out of the boot and then ride around in the boot.
No, that's
Love
okay.
that.
Yes.
Love that level.
You ever watch those videos on YouTube, The Gaming Historian?
Oh yeah.
It tells you all
Yeah.
about like all those games and shit. It's
Awesome.
pretty cool.
Well, I mean, like I still have the pamphlet. I think for
I think Mario 2 is one of my favorite games.
Yeah, I mean, like
Mario
it-
2
it's
was
really
not even
cool.
a Mario 2,
Yeah,
which
I
is
know, it
what's
was
so
like
cool
a-
about it.
Yeah, I mean, like
With
Peach,
some-
you can like fly, and
But it's because it's already a game that
it
was
was a
done,
game
but
that
there was
was
such
redone.
demand in North America that they changed the characters and put in Peach, Luigi, Mario, and
Toad, which
Yeah.
it was super cool.
Which is why the bad guy is not Bowser, it's King Toad, and you wake up from a dream, and that's the end of the game.
No, it is badass.
It's still bad as hell, though.
all right.
Yeah, I liked it.
Oh,
Anyways.
yeah, continue on.
All right. So speed round. Star Fox 64.
Hell yes.
I mean, like pretty much everything 64, and I'm trying to remember.
Captain Skyhawk.
What's it called? The Star Wars game that came out right as 64 came out.
Is that Rebel Alliance or whatever?
No. Where you play as Dash Rendar, Shadows of the Alliance.
Never played it, but it sounds great. I,
think
love
it's,
Star
I think
Wars.
I think it's called Shadows of the Alliance, and you're Dash Rendar, and it takes place in the same time frame as like Empire Strikes Back.
Ooh, good pick. My favorite Star Wars movie.
Because I think like one of the first scenes that you play is like
Although Return of the Jedi's badass too. I don't know.
they
Maybe
have
it's
all like
Empire.
oh my god,
it's
what's the name of
Empire.
the Frost Beast from?
I know the one he
from
slices
Hoth,
open and he
yeah.
sleeps inside of.
Yeah,
to
what's
stay warm.
No, the one that like slashes him down and takes him
Oh.
back to his cave.
Yeah.
What are those called again?
I don't fucking remember. off
I'm
the top
not
of
a
my head.
righteous Star Wars nerd.
I'm not
I get
either.
So much shit for this.
I'm not. I'm a Harry
Anyways.
Potter nerd. You name Harry Potter, I'll bring it. All day.
I
No,
like
Shadows of the
Transformers.
Empire, Shadows of the Alliance, Shadows of the Empire.
It
is the
is
name of the
funny.
game.
It is funny though. Transformers is your thing. Harry Potter is most definitely my fucking thing.
You know what? And then like Episode
He's
1 came out.
well-versed in a lot of shit.
Episode 1 came out, and then the Star Wars Pod Racer in
Not
64
Transformers
played it endlessly. Amazing.
or Harry Potter.
I believe we did mention Zelda Ocarina of Time, but
All
I mean,
Zeldas, yeah.
I mean, good lord.
Ocarina.
Ocarina of Time.
You're wrong.
Ocarina is how I've
Ocarina.
always said
Yeah,
it.
Tommy.
sorry. X-Men and X-Men 2 for Sega.
Oh, I
Oh,
had the
dude.
Sega
Epic.
one. Good
I
game.
had a Nintendo and I had like 30 games maybe, and I went to Funko Land and I traded them all in and my Nintendo, and I got a Sega and I got X-Men 1 when it came out.
Dude, amazing.
I think
especially
it was,
what's
I think
so
it was
cool-
X-Men 1, right?
Yep.
No, yeah,
Good
and
game.
like
it had
what's so
Colossus in it.
and like
In Nightcrawler and
Yeah,
Gambit.
yep,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah.
Just
That's
what
number
was
one.
so neat about that?
and it was a very delicate procedure, but like after you beat
X-Men on Super Nintendo was incredible too.
but like X-Men on was that the one with like Colossus and Dazzler?
They had Colossus,
Nightcrawler.
Gambit, Nightcrawler,
Dazzler.
Cyclops.
Yeah, so that was like the
Wolverine.
80s X-Men,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
which is awesome. But like yeah, on this one if you beat it, what you had to do is like press reset like after you beat Apocalypse, and then you go into like then it like resets into like a second part of the cartridge.
Oh, it's like a reset of
And-
Apocalypse.
Yeah, and eventually you end up Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, literally, yeah. You face the villain Apocalypse,
Yeah.
and yeah, okay.
Badass.
All right, thank you.
What else? What else you got?
All
we
right.
got a list.
Yes. So X-Men Legends for PS2, that was dope. The Dynasty Warriors games, love those. Black Tiger, shout out to a classic arcade game.
You did tell me about this on the ride over.
Where you're pretty much a dude with like a flail, and there were like demons and all kinds of stuff. But like the video game music was epic. It was definitely like 8-bit, like old school.
I love it.
Speaking of 64, Banjo-Kazooie was awesome.
So good. Crash Bandicoot on PlayStation.
One of the best games I played on like new gen systems. I mean, since I haven't really owned one until semi-recently when I got a PS3 to be able to play PS3, PS2, and PS1 games, because it's that old PS3 that's able to do that shit.
Backwards compatible.
Word of the wise. But Mass Effect 2 on Xbox 360, I think. That was...
Halo 2, man, that was my jam.
I used to play that
Halo.
shit. I used to play that shit online.
Halo.
It was
Halo
so
2
fun.
online,
Me and my
yeah.
friend would play it.
I made a little kid cry when I told him his mother should have swallowed.
I mean, honestly, like Halo and Call of Duty,
fucked
like
with me.
super fun.
Call of Duty,
especially
Black Ops
multi-
when I was
Zombies.
drunk.
Yeah. Oh, the zombies, the best. Love that.
What
okay,
else?
and then really quickly, some important computer games to me: Diablo 1 and 2, Command and Conquer Red Alert
How about
1 and
Diablo
2.
2 when it came out?
Oh,
On
epic! Lords of
break,
Destruction,
They ju-
the
they
on
just-
break
expansion
from
pack.
work at
Didn't they-
McDonald's, I went to
didn't
the
they-
mall and I got it
didn't
at
they just-
Babbage's.
Dude.
Just like Final 7, didn't they just reissue Diablo?
Diablo, yes, they
Diablo.
did just
Diablo-
reissue it, remaster. And you know what?
Diablo. Diablo.
And Amanda
Diablo.
plays Diablo 3, I think.
I didn't say that. Are you guys?
No.
We're making
he's
fun of you,
me.
Alex, just to be
I said
clear.
Diablo.
You said Diablo.
Yes, we know
I
that.
said it wrong. I said Diablo.
He said Diablo. How did you
let's
mispronounce
go
it a
with it.
third time?
I've
know,
done
second
it like
time?
4
And then the
different
Command and
times now.
Conquer games are
Diablo.
awesome.
Diablo.
I mean, Command and Conquer, like Red Alert 2, like kind of along the lines of like Age of
Command and
Empires, which are great. Where you pretty much build up,
Okay.
your civilization
The
and
Sim.
Kind of like a Sim
and
City.
conquer.
Yeah, SimCity.
Yeah, but it's like a more fast-paced kind of. Oh, SimCity, Jesus, SimCity 3000, one of the best.
I never really got into those games. But
Actually, I think
know what they
2000,
are.
like the
They're just
older
like-
one. Star Wars Rebellion, that's kind of like
Secret of Mana.
Sid Meier's Civilization, which is another one of my favorites. And then I think to end
Grand Theft Auto.
Wizards and Warriors on Nintendo.
Hell yes.
Dragon Warrior, which
Hell
you mentioned.
Yes.
Ghosts and Goblins.
Ghosts and Goblins, yes.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yes, dude.
On
Dragon
Sega.
Quest. Gauntlet.
The Kirby games are great too on Super Nintendo.
I liked Bonk.
Kid Icarus.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then what was the one on Sega? It was
Super Smash Bros.
no,
But
it was
that's
really
not on
weird.
Sega.
It was Kids.
Cyborg
Oh,
Justice.
Nobody said
Kid
anything about
Chameleon.
Sonic.
Kid Chameleon.
Oh yeah. Nobody said anything about Sonic and all his excellence.
I was getting there.
Sonic was
Sonic
cool.
Pinball, Sonic 2.
Oh, Sonic Pinball, dude.
Sonic and Knuckles.
Sonic and Knuckles. What was
yeah.
so cool about that is being able to
Load
put
it.
the other cartridges and you could play as Knuckles in
Hell
Sonic
yeah.
2 and Sonic 3.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This one is super fucking good. Double Dragons and Battletoads.
Double Dragons.
No, but with Battletoads.
all the Ninja Turtle games.
Yeah, no.
No, did you ever play that one? It's Double
Yeah.
Dragons
Did
and
you
Battletoads.
did you ever play the arcade one, which is a totally different
Yeah.
one?
Yep.
If you go to Galloping Ghost, they used to have it at what is this called? Haunted Trails.
Yeah.
That's where I played it like
yeah, they
20
don't
years
have it
ago.
anymore. They don't have it anymore.
They have it at Galloping Ghosts. It's Battletoads Double Dragon, and it might just be actually
Speaking of
Battletoads,
fighting games, now that you made me think of fighting
and
games,
it's cool.
Street
arcade
Fighter,
only.
Tekken, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat.
Mortal
Kombat.
Go. All right.
Come here.
Okay, we said Mario, but like
Finish him.
Mario Kart 64 especially.
yeah.
Come on.
Fatality.
Super Smash Brothers.
And that was the last one on my list that I had to mention.
See, good minds think alike. I love it. I love it.
What is that?
I
Are you
fisted
grabbing
him.
his apple and you're taking a bite out of it?
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Okay, that was fucking epic. Okay, video games rule. And that was
we
epic.
miss so many, but they're still all awesome.
There's so many goddamn good
But we
video
mentioned
games.
many of
Tell
the
us about
greatest,
them. Tell us
especially
about the
from our
games.
generation.
Gremlins 2.
Sure.
Gremlins 2.
Fucking Paperboy. I'll ride by your house and throw one through your window. If you don't like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. This has been episode 7 of the Albus Podcast, which of course is the Working Man's DIY Bro Down. My name is Aaron.
I'm Alex.
You know, Eddie.
And we are fucking out of here.
Yo, want some iced tea?
Rock on.